Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your JIS News for Thursday, May 1. Government has again listened to the voice of the people and rolled back the tax on withdrawals from deposit-taking institutions. Finance Minister Dr. Peter Phillips made the announcement as he closed the budget debate on Wednesday. Andrea Chisholm tells us more.
The levy on withdrawals is being replaced with two taxes considered less burdensome to the man in the street. The first is a 15% withholding tax on all insurance premiums paid by Jamaican citizens and businesses to foreign companies. However, local insurance companies won't have to pay. The finance minister said the new withholding tax would increase compliance in general.
A common tax avoidance scheme employed by these firms is to create a captive insurance company in an offshore jurisdiction. The captive charges the local operating company an insurance premium, which is treated as an expense and is totally deductible from the Jamaican corporation income tax.
The second tax measure to replace the levy on withdrawals is a general consumption tax GCT on imported services like the hiring of a management company from overseas.
The move is to remedy the imposition of GCT on imported services. Is designed to stem future revenue losses from this source, as purchasing services offshore is becoming increasingly common. It will also stimulate the development of a domestic service sector as part of the overall growth strategy.
The government is expecting to collect $2.3 billion from both measures, the same amount that would have been raised from the tax on withdrawals. For JIS News, I'm Andrea Chisholm.
Meanwhile, the investment tax for insurance companies and the premium tax for life insurance companies have also been withdrawn. Stacey Ann Smith has details of the decision announced in Parliament on Wednesday.
The Finance Minister had announced on April 17 that the premium tax rate would go up to 5.5% and the investment tax rate to 20%. But as he closed the debate Wednesday, Dr. Phillips said life insurance companies would instead pay an asset tax of 1% rather than the 0.25% which was previously announced.
This measure is intended to be temporary and will last for 1 year. The potential revenue intake will be approximately $900 million, approximately the same as was intended from the previous measure.
In the meantime, the increase in the special consumption tax SCT on alcohol for the tourism industry will be delayed by 1 month.
This is in response to a request from the Jamaica Hotel and Tourist Association for additional time to discuss the implementation of this measure by the tourism industry. This will result in a revenue loss of approximately $36 million.
The increase in SCT on alcohol for the tourism sector should have taken effect on April 22. Under the new regime, the tourism sector, like all other sectors, will now be required to pay $1,120 on each litre of alcohol instead of the concessionary rate of $700. In relation to the 10% reduction in customs duty for petrol and diesel vehicles, Dr. Phillips announced that pickups would qualify for the reduction. Hybrid vehicles, however, will not attract customs duty. Stacey Ann Smith reporting for JIS News.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries has allocated $64 million this year to fund measures that will help to reduce the effects of climate change on the sector.
These activities include the setting up of rainwater harvesting systems, the training in climate-smart agriculture, proper water and land management, and promoting more efficient use of water through drip irrigation systems.
The projects will be carried out under the Jamaica Adaptation Fund program. Minister Clark says the Agriculture Ministry will take on the challenge of including climate change adaptation and mitigation into all its farming practices, while it works with other key state agencies to mobilize more resources to handle climate change. As the Health Ministry tackles the lifestyle habits that lead to non-communicable diseases, or NCDs, the Portfolio Minister has set his sights on the abuse of alcohol. Dr. Fenton Ferguson says the ministry has taken note of primetime ads targeting young people and signaled his intent to meet with the alcohol industry soon. In the meantime, he's cautioning users of alcohol.
Cirrhosis of the liver, cancer of the stomach are some of the outcomes. I say to you, there is evil in excessive use.
Meanwhile, Dr. Ferguson says talks with the food industry have begun, focusing mainly on portions and the proper labeling of foods so that consumers can make informed choices. The health minister says Jamaica cannot continue with its current unhealthy habits, which are creating costly diseases and leading to early deaths. And finally, State Minister for Foreign Affairs Arnaldo Brown held bilateral talks with a delegation from Spain this week, in keeping with government's commitment to maintain strong ties with key allies. Spain's ambassador to Jamaica, Her Excellency Celsa Nuño, was also at Monday's meeting, which included a high official from Spain's Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation. The parties focused on the economic situation of both countries, the labor market, tourism, gender equality, and areas for deepened cooperation. They also discussed energy matters and climate change. Minister Brown reaffirmed the benefits of Jamaica's relationship with Spain, pointing to recent gains in the tourism sector. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie Ann Smith. Thanks for watching.